I need a 30 for 30 to show that I'm different like Jordan and Pippen, you bitch. I need a 30 for 30 like Jalen and Webber. Nobody gon' fuck on my clique. I need a 30 for 30. There's been a lot of chatter online. There's been a lot of chatter in major sports media about who's truly the real MVP in the NBA, man. Especially after AD's game 2 performance for my Lakers. You got a lot of folks saying that Brun ain't even the best player on the Lakers, let alone the best player in the league. Whereas you got others looking at Giannis's shortcomings, which we discussed last week. Them saying there ain't no way that man deserves MVP. So I'm interested to see, how y'all feel about that. Who do y'all think truly was the MVP of this season? Clay, I'll come to you first, dog. What you think?
All right, now this gonna shock y'all, but on paper, and if you want to just look at like it ain't no real criteria of who be the MVP. It's so many I guess underlying factors as to who gonna be the MVP. Like it can be a player that do some pretty good numbers on the team. They got the #1 record. It could be that, or it could be a player that does historic numbers that you ain't never really seen in a while in basketball. It could be that, or it could be like with Kobe. If you ain't doing what you doing, your team gonna be a lottery pick. It could be that. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be somebody who, kind of like with Chris Paul, like what Chris Paul did. It could be that. My thing is on paper and just by the kind of like how it normally trends, it's supposed to be in Giannis. Because it ain't about your postseason stuff. It's about like what you did for the season and what it is for your team. And, just looking at, he had the best record. He had the best numbers all around. He had the, you know what I'm saying? He vital to that team. The only, I guess, the next best person you can say on that team, Middleton. You know what I'm saying? He a pretty good player, but like just looking at every other team, like the rest of the MVPs, that Middleton ain't matching up with the other, I guess, sidekicks of the league. But what I really want to say, truly, I think AD got snubbed. That's just me, truly, because he putting up great offensive numbers and defensive. He really, if you want to say he was poor man Giannis, like he did the defensive stuff and he did the offensive stuff. But they not gonna give Bron. They ain't gonna say he over Bron. They ain't gonna do that. I truly think that he supposed to be in the conversation, even if you ain't give it to him. He supposed to been in that conversation because he doing it both sides of the ball. But I say just by the how it really kind of go, it was Giannis. He had the numbers, both sides of the ball, and you know what I'm saying, he was vital important to his team, and he had the #1 record. It's too many check marks that he filled out that, you know what I'm saying, that like other players didn't. So I say it was Giannis, but I think AD should have been in that conversation.
It looked like you felt some type of way about the AD statement. Can you expound on that?
I can understand where people would argue AD. But hey, Giannis and them just know how to handle them cheat codes in the regular season. Now they may not have the playoffs cheat codes, but them regular season cheat codes, they got them. And the dude has continuously done numbers every year since he's been in the league. Now he's 25 and he averaged 20, 30, 14, and 6. And that's just what it is. And every year his points has went up, his rebounds have went up, his assists, he generally about around 5 to 6 a season on average. And again, we got played by Budenholzer's greats regular season savvy. But when it comes to them playoffs, he's just not going to deliver. Giannis was the clear-cut favorite for me. And I mean, I know a lot of people want to give you the Bron narrative. A lot of people think AD was better than Bron. So in essence, I guess you could say they split votes. But Giannis was just clear-cut the guy. And that's just me. That's just where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And overwhelmingly the writers roll with UT. because I think out of 101 votes, as Brum Brum, that's another reason why this is a big story, because Brum Brum responded on Twitter and in an interview, and he was pissed off that he only got 16 votes. So overwhelmingly, most people felt like you and Clay. Jojo, how did you feel about it, dog? As a LeBron fan,
As a LeBron fan,
I got to put that in there to be thorough.
by the letter of the law, Giannis was the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
I would have put Bron second. I would have put Harden third, and I would have put AD fourth. I don't know.
So you giving Harden some credit on here?
Yeah, because when I think MVP, I'm thinking stats. To be honest.
No, I was just trying to make sure Clay heard you over there.
Yeah, no. Look, he just gave CP3 his props too.
Okay,
but I ain't gonna hate.
But here's what I say.
Look at me being a uniter in this motherfucker. Okay.
Now the AD narrative of him leading the Lakers. I actually watched a lot of Lakers games. I see what that team look like when it's Bron and no AD, and when it's AD and no Bron. And it was like night and day. That offense was horrible with AD as the lead guy. Because he don't have that I can score, I can get other people involved type of game. But like I said, by the letter of the law, Giannis is the MVP. But I want to switch it up. I want to combine the regular season and the playoffs. And I'm gonna say, if we do that, I know I picked the Celtics in 7, but Jimmy Butler will be my MVP because I'm thinking.
What is going on here? Look at what you just did to T. Look at what you just did to T.
Look, man, Joe, you sipping on what T. Jacob sipping on?
You know, do you got some of this white grape Ciroc in this motherfucker? What's it called?
The only thing I had was root beer, and I was drinking it out of this cup.
Hey, put it on some. Y'all said the real.
I'm out the group. I'm out the group.
But listen to me.
That's on T. T got seen you one.
Listen to me.
Clay better give an address.
Man, I got you.
Look, most valuable player, right?
Okay.
I feel like the Heat is the only team where.
Hold on, let me solo you real quick.
Okay.
You saying some big shit. You own one tonight, by the way. Go ahead.
If we combine the regular season and the playoffs, Jimmy Butler is the MVP. Because if you take Jimmy off the Heat, they probably will be in the running for the first pick. There's no other team. If you take Bron off, the Lakers will still be good because they got AD, and vice versa. If you take Harden off, they still had Russ. Like other teams had two superstars, so to speak.
All right, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
This is just me now.
Go ahead.
You saying the Heat wouldn't be playoff team without Jimmy, right?
No, they wouldn't.
Okay, so you telling me that the Orlando Magic is our clear-cut 8th seed in the East over Miami?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
And the only reason I say that is because honestly, the Heat got a lot of guys that, to be honest, they kind of one-way players. Duncan Robinson, Harrell, those are offensive guys. They're not locking nobody up. They probably can't. They barely can stay in front of people.
Okay.
I mean, I hate to say the narrative, but you know how people say we don't see color, but I do. That's why I stop at the red light. But those guys, they not gonna stay in front of nobody. Like who's gonna be the offense?
Oh, you talking about the Heat without Butler?
Yeah.
They just gave it to you the other night when Butler had 14. You said last week, even when Butler had 14, they still get the dub.
But his presence alone creates points because you got to account for him.
Okay, I'm good with that.
If you take him off, I'm telling you, like seriously, what team? Who on there that you?
So you telling me Markelle Fultz, DJ Augustine, Evan Fournier, and Vucevic is better than Bam Adebayo, Jay Crowder, Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and them,
Now,
and Eric Spoelstra.
I can tell you that when we speaking offense and defense, yeah, they are better than them because they can. Okay, who's your facilitator?
I take Dragic. I take Dragic over DJ Augustine or Markelle Fultz.
You gonna take Dragic for 4 quarters?
Yes.
He give you spurts.
That's what they all do.
Did you see him last year?
That's what they all do.
Did you see him last year? What was the Heat last year?
The Heat last year,
yeah,
was about to be in the playoffs, but they didn't have that. They were still a project. They still had Bam still working on this game. They still had other guys that were still working on their craft.
But no, see, you could be on the Heat all you want. You're crazy if you think without Butler they still gonna make the playoffs.
They still gonna make the playoffs without them because another year of growth, another year of growing up. Over Orlando?
Again,
you telling me Orlando over Miami?
Tell me again. So you telling me your sole purpose is saying Dragic?
No, I'm telling you. I just told you. They got Hero. They got Dragic. They got Adebayo, who was an all-star. Okay? And second team all defensive. All right? And you telling me that Vucevic, Markelle Fultz, no shooting Markelle Fultz.
Look at me and Clay watching some good TV.
Are you serious right now?
I really am.
We talking about the East now. We talking about the East. I don't even know who Orlando's coach is over Miami, regardless of if Jimmy's there or not.
Hey, might I interject?
If Jimmy's there, then no.
No, I'm saying even if he's not.
What I'm telling you is Jimmy coming there. They did a full 360. Is what I'm telling you.
I don't agree. I don't think that. I think Jimmy added what he needed to add to that team to make them better.
Clay, how many people was worried about the Miami Heat last year? You did not hear anybody talking about the Miami Heat last year.
Look. I'm gonna put like this. I hate to be on the fence with it. Joe, you right. Butler came in and put that gave them the bug special sauce, like off Space Jam. He gave them that. But to TJ point, it ain't like the Heat don't have no good talent. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think they could have made the playoffs without Jimmy Butler, but to where they doing now, that's all Butler. Like, for them to be playing like how they play, that's all Butler. No, but the bigger question is, if you take Giannis off the Bucks, you think the Bucks? What you think the Bucks are if you take Giannis off the Bucks?
I think they're a playoff team.
What, like, you think they get the Heat and I guess Orlando? Now I'm saying, like, now you taking away Giannis both sides of the ball impact.
Right. Now, but I feel like they got guys that can actually handle the ball, bringing the ball up the court, facilitate. Don't get me wrong now. Put it this way. Middleton, without Giannis, they beat the Heat one game.
We talking about for a series now, Joe. Now you use that Klay Thompson versus me.
No, we're not talking about a series. We're talking about a regular season where you're going to be playing a lot of people that's probably not as good as Middleton.
Well, I'm saying, Joe,
such as the Bulls.
Now, Joe, when I use this for Klay Thompson, now you shot it down now, Joe.
Shots fired. That was y'all see that man just fired some shots at y'all right there.
I mean, he ain't got no team, so it don't count. It just bounce off us. It don't count when you ain't got no team.
That's real shit. Okay, I got you.
But I think, if you take Giannis off the Bucks in that same category that y'all talking about, Orlando and the Heat, like, I don't think they like no. They ain't no top 4. I know that.
Okay, well, tell me this then, Clay. Do you think Middleton as the second star, is he better than anybody else on the Heat that is considered the second star to Jimmy?
I agree with that. He's better than probably anybody else.
Better than Hero, Duncan Robinson.
He better in the regular season when they don't count, when the moments don't count.
Well, all I can say is He
But it's
actually
a
got it.
team thing too, Joe.
He
It's a
actually was
team
able to
thing.
do something that Giannis wasn't able to do, and that's beat the Heat.
One game.
It doesn't matter. He was the lead guy.
I ain't looking for him to do that for 3 games. Chris Middleton?
It still doesn't matter. He was able to do what the MVP couldn't do.
One game. One game.
One game,
That's
Joe.
it.
Like, do I have to put it in subtitles?
Put it on the screen. He did it 1 game. Where was he last year? What did he do last year? What Chris Middleton do last year? What did Chris Middleton do last year? I'm talking about Chris Middleton.
Oh, he was in the playoffs.
And he got cooked by Toronto.
Where was the Heat? Not
with no, and I'm telling you this. I'm not disregarding what you're saying, Joe. What I'm saying is that sometimes a year of growth in the right situation makes a difference. Why the hell Philly let him go?
Why
Philly let him go? Why Philly let Jimmy go?
He said it was
Well, I thought Jimmy wanted to go.
Yeah, he said he had to leave because he said the situation. He said he didn't know who was in charge. He said they were just in disarray. That's what he said.
Hold on, you downplaying Jimmy? He was part of the reason the Bulls even sniffed the playoffs.
There you go, T.
Never said that. Never said that. You know where I'm at with Jimmy. Jimmy makes things happen wherever he's at. The Philly situation was trash. So I agree. But again, though, it's a match made in heaven.
Player that you putting up.
My whole thing with Jimmy is it's a match made. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a match made. It worked out. It's perfect. Okay.
Okay, I get it. I know who it is.
That coach works.
It's Duncan Robinson because we got Tim Duncan.
No, you trying to add in motherfuckers that don't matter. What I'm trying to tell you is you adding in people that don't matter. You adding in people that don't matter.
It gotta be.
What I just said to you was that a year of growth and the right guy, and then the East ain't like talking about. But when you got a great coach like Spoelstra, and I'm saying great, okay, because Spoelstra coaches up his talent. Okay, you got a Pat Riley that's gonna make moves. They believed in Jimmy, and Jimmy's gonna give them all they got because Jimmy really. Where else was he gonna go? Where else was Jimmy gonna go?
Spoelstra is a great coach, but he ain't doing nothing without a superstar.
Okay.
He already proved that last year.
I'm good with that.
No playoffs.
I'm good with that. And the Heat will win the series. I'm done with it.
Oh no, Celtics in 7.
Okay.
Hey, we spectating, Wells. We spectating right now.
That was a hell of a segment, goddammit. I didn't expect it to go that route. I sure enough didn't expect Jimmy Butler to be interjecting into this motherfucker. I thought we were gonna end up debating who the best player on the Lakers, but hey, I'll take this shit. That was some dope ass shit.
Go. Subscribe to our daddy's YouTube channel. He's the best. Hit the like button, turn on the notifications.